One of the first changes that unfolded for me shortly into developing a more right brain understanding and discerning intuition was the realization that we are what we eat. Shocker, I know, but not just in terms of nutrition, hormones, or contaminants that may be in and on our food, but that the very energetics of the food we eat really affects us. How it's prepared, where it comes from, how it's been grown. All of these aspects are being absorbed by us on the most intimate level multiple times per day. And these are the paints we have laid on our palette wherewith we are painting the picture of our personal paradigm. Animals are not like plants, where even after a fruit is picked from its tree, it will still ripen. The highest vibrational foods for us are those which come from seeds and grow upward, the vegetation that naturally grows up from the ground. Plants are designed to be eaten, their seeds dispersed to ensure proliferation, whereas meat encapsulates death, violence, bloodshed. This is not the experience I want to partake in. This is not the experience I want to be fueling my life, refracting through my awareness, manifesting outwardly onto the screen of space-time. Is it then no wonder that the wisest sages have all admonished against the eating of dead animals? To at least say that no animal ever gives their life up willingly. Children are all against killing animals until they are taught by adults that it is a necessity. I will spare you the graphic footage because that all goes without the need to insist. It truly takes a deliberately blind eye to remain in willful ignorance. So instead, I focus on showing you the variety of vegan dishes I now eat on a regular basis, since leaving the animals off my plate, more variety, more flavors, more options than ever before. Once this realization was ignited in my heart, and above anything else, the benefits, the rewards, and the manifestations were starting to roll in and accelerate into my life, I thought of the story of Daniel, whom I had always fancifully imagined as the second wisest person of legend. After all, he was the best dream interpreter Babylon ever had, but he and his friends had a fundamental knowledge that was a whole 10 hands above all the diviners and conjurers. The passage directly translated reads, "And the king, this is Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, spoke to Ashpenaz, chief of his eunuchs, that he should bring from the sons of Israel and from the seed of the kingship and from the nobility offsprings in whom was no blemish, and goodly to look on, and insightful in all wisdom, and knowing in knowledge, and understanding science, and whose strength was in them to stand in the palace of the king, and whom he may teach the book and tongue of Chastim. And the king appointed to them a thing daily from his daily dainties, and from wine which he drank, to nourish them 3 years. And at their end they stand to face the king. And Daniel said in his heart that he would not pollute himself with the dainties of the king, and with the wine which he drank. And he requested from the prince of the eunuchs that he not pollute himself. And the Elohim gave Daniel mercy and tenderness to face the prince of eunuchs. And the prince of eunuchs said to Daniel, I fear Adonai the king, who appointed your food and your drink, for why should he see your faces worse than the offspring which are like your kind, and you endanger my head to the king? And Daniel said to the officer, Test us, your servants, 10 days, and let them give us from grains to eat, and water to drink. Then let our countenance be seen to face you, and the countenance of the offspring of the eaters of dainties of the king, and as what you see, deal with your servants. And he listened to them in this matter, and tested them 10 days. And at the end of the days, their countenances appeared good, and fatter flesh than all the offspring of the eaters of the dainties of the king. And the officer took the dainties, and the wine which they would drink, and gave to them grains. And these 4 offsprings, the Elohim gave to them science, and insight in all books and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. And at the end of the days which the king said he should bring them, the prince of the eunuchs brought them to face Nebuchadnezzar. And the king communed with them, and did not find from all of them like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. and they stood to face the king. And all things of wisdom and understanding which the king sought from them, he found them 10 hands above all the diviners and conjurers which were in all his kingdom. Now it took time at first to adjust to the horizons of this new mindset and its profound possibilities, but in stepping into it more fully, I can confidently say that I want to share this potential with everyone. The more we each step into our own true purpose, the more we manifest more of the true purpose of the whole world from our own little portions of the picture. So let's all do our part the best we can and step into the next era together. Eventually, these aberrations will fade as bad memories of the former age. We have just forgotten our way, and now we are remembering who we really, truly are. Don't shy away from this grandeur. Step into it. And if you like some of the footage I used in this video, you may like some of the amazing vegan recipes I post on my other channel, linked down below. Check it out and do the Diebus Dachshund Daniel diet. 10 days is all it takes. Lay off the processed foods and keep it simple, from the earth, and you will see the difference in your own vibration, your own energy, and your own manifestations. Don't take my word for it. Put it to the test. Be your best self. Do it today.